Hi, and welcome to Travels with Toby. I'm Toby lipatti-mesme, I'm 14 years old, and throughout this series, we'll be visiting all the towns and cities we can across the UK. To start off with, we're visiting all the towns and cities we can across Yorkshire, and because it's Yorkshire, where else are we going to start than York? Let's have an explore. So to start off, on episode 1 on our journey around York, we're visiting the Minster, the largest Gothic cathedral in Europe. Hi. Yeah, that's right. I can do voiceovers on here. Isn't this professional? Anyway, just looking at the Minster at the moment. Some nice views of York. The Minster is massive, isn't it? You feel like such a small person just kind of stood there on the ground looking up at it. I'm not sure if we're allowed to do this. At this point, I'm thinking, what are we going to do? What's going to be interesting? How are we going to get in there? Some random bag searches going on. Oh, we're not getting in. Now, unless you're there specifically to pray, you have to pay to get in. And we didn't really think it was worth paying to get in. So we're just kind of here like, what are we going to do now? Looks like our journey into the Minster has failed. That it did. But we did manage to get some shots of inside the Minster, which is something, I guess. It is really nice in there. So we're walking through York, currently heading to a street called the Shambles, which is very old. Right, we can't exactly go back and refilm this, so I do have to apologise. My face, you can't even see, it's really dark. The buildings there go back to the 1400s, so let's have a look. Bit of behind the scenes info for you. It took us a long time to find the old street. I mean, a long time. Just some nice, photogenic camera angles of York for you. York, in general, does kind of have quite an old-fashioned feel in terms of the buildings and everything, because all of it is a bit like that. So this is not my phone. I mean, it's great, but it's not my phone. The case is pretty fabulous. It's not my phone. We're currently in York, as I said, and using the directions to navigate our way to a street. Been going here for years, not a clue where anything is. Never looked at it. Let's have a look over here. So we're here on Shambles at the moment. Very historic streets and buildings here go back, was it the 1400s and the 1600s. This used to be called, apparently, disturbingly, called Flesh Shambles. I'm assuming because they sold meat on here, yeah. Butchers and all that. Well, stroll down the street of flesh. It was crazy busy, which is why there is quite a lot of noise in this. Also apologise, the camera was making some noises and the camera work wasn't on point, absolutely. We will be working on that for future episodes. But it was a massively noisy, busy street. And tomorrow's episode will probably be as busy. So that's something to look forward to. Would you like to purchase some flesh? Now, what you don't hear right now is me running all over the place going, oh, have you got that in shot? Oh, have you got that in shot? Oh, does that look alright? Like, literally, honestly, calm down, stress. But it was good, this street. A lot of people. I was surprised, actually, during filming this, at the amount of people that did not care that we were filming. I thought we'd get loads of funny looks, like, what the hell are you doing? Stop being weird. But no, we got none of that. Like, literally no one cares. So for future reference, if you want to go around in York filming stuff, absolutely no one cares. Like, you can be talking really loudly right next to them in a camera, they don't care. I believe, is it Harry Potter that takes quite a lot of prominence on this street? Aren't there like 3 different Harry Potter shops? Spot them as you go down. Now again, a lot of running around, a lot of going, oh, get that in shot, oh, get that in shot. It did take probably a good amount of this episode to get into the swing of filming things. I'm not really used to it. You know, this kind of format, like even doing a voiceover, it's weird. Compared to radio, which is of course my primary thing. So it is quite weird, but it's different in a very refreshing good way. Like doing a voiceover and filming and talking to a camera. Both things I'm not very experienced with or comfortable with, but I'm getting there. The amount of editing on this is a lot more than radio as well, which is also a learning curve and great to get used to. So where should we go next? At this point, we went for lunch. We took a break, we went for lunch, and then we continued with our second instalment of our journey around York. Hope you enjoy. We're currently by the Jorvik Museum, which we're not going to go in today, sadly. You never know, we might go back to York at some point once we've visited everywhere in the UK and we get bored, and we come back here for episode 500. But anyway, it's basically for all stuff to do with the kind of Viking heritage and past there is here in York, and there's a man there dressed as a Viking. Wealthy tourist areas.
So it's a big one, yeah, no.
That makes sense. And every family that lived on this street is basically making a living, selling wooden cups. That's what the name Coppergate means, because Coppergate means street of cup makers. So behind me right now is York Castle, quite a prominent part of York. So have a look over there. What we didn't tell you is it's actually by a very convenient car park. So York Castle was founded by William the Conqueror in 1068. Now we passed through here quite a bit, but we didn't really film anything. So this is the little footage that we have of, I'm going to say like the York kind of Christmas market. So here we are at the Museum Gardens, which is basically centre of York, slap bang in the middle of York. There's the Yorkshire Museum over there. Behind me there's a very non-Yorkshire tree that did just stab me. What's this doing here? Surely it needs some kind of temperate climate to survive, you know? This is basically botanical gardens. There's the museum over there. Is that the Abbey over there? There's the Abbey over there as well. So let's have a look around. Nice place. There's a woman with some pigeons. There's a lot of stuff going on, you know. And again, here, no one cared we were filming, which is very good. I did wonder if we'd be met with some genuine hostility, but no, which is very good. You just missed the pigeons. A lot of pigeons. Want to see a massive pronunciation error? Here you go. So one of our last stops is the River Oon. Let's have a look. So one of our last stops is the River Ouse, which is down there. We'll have a look at it now. Then we're going to go and look at some of the Roman architecture, the Roman wall and all that. And then we're pretty much wrapped up for episode 1 of Travels with Toby. Ridiculous name. So we're here by the river now. Pretty impressive, not bad. Floods quite a lot, I think, around here. Just saw a baby go past that was crying. And the guy with the pushchair. Don't know what this is. This is the anecdote section of travel. Libraries don't sell sausages, but travel documentaries sell anecdotes. So there was a guy with the baby in the pram. He looked miserable. Completely a cold, cruel expression. The baby's like bawling its eyes out. So that's great. So let's come over here. Let's see how far am I willing to go for this documentary. I'm not doing it. I have an explanation for my behaviour here. I just had a drink which had sugar in it. Go work that Einsteinian riddle out for yourself as to why I was hyper. I must clarify, I don't mean an alcoholic drink that happened to have sugar in it. I mean a carbonated soft drink. We're all abiding by the law here. It's all fine. And now it's time for the exciting part, the Roman stuff. Let's go. What the hell are chemical toilets? That sounds worrying. Don't be depositing some toxic waste in there. Don't know what that... it's nice, isn't it? This time of day. So over there, you can see part of the Roman walls that surround the city. We're going to go and have a look now. It's been left there a long time by the Romans. It's very technical, that. A long time. Very specific. Here's some specifics for you. That over there, which we showed you, the kind of tower, is called the Barker Tower. It was originally built as a watch house in the 14th century. There you go. How's that for specifics. Let's do some bottle flip challenge. It's funny to think, isn't it, that these walls were put there and built by the ancient Romans.
Oh, hi.
It's really nice up there. Come and join me. So I'm going to try and put my head... There's a pigeon! So I hope you've enjoyed spending the day with us here in York, as much as I've enjoyed filming. This has been great. It's been a great first episode. Remember, the first part of this series will be going to every town and city and place we possibly can in Yorkshire. Then we'll be heading out to the rest of the UK. So this has been York, obviously the obvious place to start in Yorkshire. Tune in tomorrow, same time, same place on the YouTube channel to see where we get to next in the county of Yorkshire. This has been Toby Travels, and I've been Toby lipatti-mesme. Right, so thank you so much for watching. If you can just hold back from clicking off the video for like a minute, let me just take you through some info. So just to clarify, the idea of this series is we are going to visit every town, city, and also kind of place you can go in the UK. It's going to take a long time, and we're going to be doing daily episodes of this, so a lot of filming. And a lot of content for you guys to enjoy. Daily uploads will generally be in the evenings, and they will all be on this YouTube channel. If you want to keep up to date with me, I'm on Instagram at Toby_mesme, that is MESME. And on there, there'll be all the information about the uploading schedule and basically what's going on. I want to thank each and every one of you who has watched this video through to the end. It means a lot to me. It was a great video to make, but it really does make it that much better if people enjoyed it. Send us some feedback. Or anything you want to say down in the comments. Drop us a like if you enjoyed this. We'd really appreciate that. And yeah, we're back tomorrow with more content. And obviously, if we weren't clear enough at the beginning of this series is every place, town, city that we can get to in Yorkshire. That's going to be the focus of the series to start with. Then it's going to be the whole UK. Don't know how we're going to do Northern Ireland, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. We will do it. Basically, a lot of travel. Just to clarify, I live in Yorkshire, so this is the easier bit for me. Also, to clear up, I'm home educated. I am 14 years old, but because I'm home educated, I'm a lot more flexible in like timings when I need to work and stuff, because I'm still doing my GCSEs. So I can basically do this and not have to do a school schedule, so that's why I have time to do this. That was a big mess, but I hope that made sense. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. We will be back tomorrow. Again, I want to thank my mum for doing the filming. She's the kind of laughing track continually you can hear in the background. She's the accidental laughing track that came through as a complete coincidence. We didn't even realise. You just can't edit out those laughs. They just make it through, no matter how hard you try. Well, they won't be after this, because Mum will hear this and be like, oh my god. But yeah, thanks so much to Mum for doing the filming. Obviously, any hiccups with the filming and the audio and everything, we will have worked on, because now we've seen the video and we can watch it back. Tomorrow's episode will be so much better in terms of quality. We'll get all that sorted. And any filming, camera, anything, issues, are not Mum's fault. They're not necessarily anyone's fault. It is just we're getting to grips with this whole setup that we're using. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for another episode of this. Bye! Also, I did say 1 minute, it's been 3 minutes, so thank you so much for sticking to the end. See ya! This has been Toby.